how Honda is trying to be cool again. And it's like, why do they need to be? I'm a Honda driver. They're already cool. What could be uncool about Honda when a cool guy like me drives a Honda Fit?
A company that got its start putting engines on bicycles became the biggest engine maker in the world.
Beast.
Today, it makes
Beast.
nearly every kind.
I want to say I'm biased going into this. I fucking love Honda. I'm a Honda hog. And I line up at the trough every day. And whatever slop they pour in, I slop it right up. Okay, I love Honda. I'm going to be fair and balanced, but I want you to know that going in. I don't call it Christmas. I call it Happy Honda Days. Based, brother. Based. If you said it to me in person, I'd give you a hug. And that's a fact.
It's doing very badly in China, and it's not so far.
Everyone's doing badly in China because the Chinese citizen doesn't want to buy a foreign vehicle that's worse made, more expensive, and non-electric. They're not buying Japanese cars. They're not buying German cars. They're definitely not buying American cars. Do you guys know? Bro, I have a screenshot that I've shown on stream of me in 2019 saying that in 5 years, China is going to be the dominant name in electric vehicles. 2019. I said the second Tesla opened a Shanghai factory, it was over. I said it's a Ludwig and Stans. I screenshotted it. I showed it on stream. We are 5 years later. BYD just passed Tesla, #1 car manufacturer in EVs in the world. 2020, they passed America. 2021, they passed South Korea. By 2023, they passed Mexico, Germany, and Japan. And now they're bigger than like a lot of these combined. Or like Japan plus US. If you live in a global South country, you're noticing way more Chinese EVs every day. This is an ultimate call. Now, I did make one mistake in 2019. I saw this coming and I said, you know what I'm gonna bet on? The company I think looks the coolest. And I picked NIO, which was really dumb. I should have just bought a ETF or picked BYD because they had Chinese government connections. I just want to admit both sides here. It was a bit of hubris that I've learned from. I learned a lesson from.
And it's hard to kind of figure out what Honda offers that a Mazda isn't going to offer you, or a Toyota's not going to offer you, or
in Mazda? Honda marketing executive, if you're watching this video because you're stumbling for ideas late at night and you're searching the word Honda on YouTube and just trying to figure it out, if you're watching this, pay me money. I swear to God, we'll make Honda cool again. Well, I'll get you in the right rooms with the right streamers, all right? We'll do it. I would love to work with Honda. Easy, this is easy. This is an easy win. It's a slam dunk, bro. Make Honda cool again. We're gonna make red hats. How do you know it's cool? I'll tell you exactly what I would do. I wouldn't get Kai Cenat to do a Honda ad. I would get him to do another car company ad and then walk off set of that and get into a Honda and we film that. So it becomes rebellious. That would be a fire idea. I swear to God, that would move units.
Honda founder Soichiro Honda made the company's first product by attaching an engine to a bicycle. The other characteristic that defined Honda was Soichiro's passion for motorsports, racing specifically. About 12 years after it made its first engines, Honda began building Japan's first fully paved...
Dude, isn't it a crazy coincidence that the dude that founded Honda just happened to have the last name Honda? Isn't that, it's like he was born for the job. Isn't that crazy how the world works like that? Do you ever think it's crazy how Lou Gehrig died of Lou Gehrig's disease? It was his curse. It was his curse from birth. That is tragic, dude.
When you look at the cars that Honda was producing,
Honda engineering, baby.
They were so ahead of their time. The precision, the enjoyment. I mean, if you've driven a stick shift variable valve timing engine, the VTEC that they had.
Bro, it's so funny. I'm just not a car guy. I'm almost jealous of the way car guys talk about cars. They get such a longing. It makes them so happy. All the little details, they love it. I wish you nothing but the best, King. I'm happy for you.
The 2009 S2000 CR, a top trim level, was originally priced at about $39,000. In 2022, one was auctioned off with 123 miles for $200,000.
Wow.
Even based...
Are you telling me old Hondas are worth hundreds of thousands of dollars? Guaranteed, doesn't matter what they are. Like I could sell my beat up Honda Fit right now for at least 300K for someone in chat. Authentic, used Honda Fit. It has some scratches, it has some dings. One of the mirrors a little bit busted. I never get anything fixed in that car because living in LA, having a beat up car is such an advantage. If you need to park in a tight space, you're not worried. If you want to park somewhere late at night in a bad part of town, you don't get your windows broken and your car robbed. You just are less worried in traffic while all the other fucking shit drivers. It's awesome. It's such a relief. So I love it, but it hurts the resale value, I assume.
I always joked. I said, you could almost hear frustration in the engineering rooms across Europe. They had not been challenged like that in decades. And then all of a sudden, they had to all go back and reevaluate what it took to produce a capable sports car, because the NSX kind of blew up everything they'd made up until.
Dude, why don't they do that anymore? When Japanese cars started winning, European and American car manufacturers, I mean, they did do some racist shit for sure to try and stop it down, but they also went back to the drawing board to improve their own cars. And now, as Chinese cars come in, option one is beg the government for tariffs. I mean, batteries are part. I want to be fair here. Batteries are part of it. The supply chain for batteries in China is just so much better, and batteries are a huge part of the cost of the car. So even if they were to get their designs and stuff up to par, but it just strikes me the wrong way that we as citizens are denied better options.
In 2024, Honda was polled as the 7th most recognizable brand.
Wait,
If
really?
you look at Car and Driver and Motor Trend and all these,
Damn, that's incredible. No, Honda above Apple? This fucking stupid study. I don't believe it. I don't believe it, but most visible? Most visible must have some kind of definition that I'm not. NVIDIA number one? That's just good marketing. This is actually a great study. The marketers of NVIDIA are world class. What's 3M? They make Post-its and a million other things. Honda being above Apple really doesn't sit well. And Sony at 4? What is it, the 90s?
China, once a cash cow for global automakers, has become a much tougher market, especially for foreign brands.
Yup.
But about a third of Honda's total volume is threatened. So far in 2024, sales in the country have dropped by nearly 30%.
The same thing's happened to all the German companies. Everyone in Germany thought China would always be their little bro. I'm reading this in Kaput right now, the book. All the German car engineers thought, yeah, the Chinese economy will get good, but not too good. It'll get good enough to buy our cars, but never good enough to compete against us on cars. They literally just thought that. They thought they would be little bro forever. And while they were little bro, it was so good. Germany could just make these cars and sell them to China and make a ton of money, and they love their brands. And now that China's becoming big bro, they don't know what to do. They're screwed.
Now, when it comes to, we want to make reliable vehicles and they're responsible, but also kind of like stylish and whatnot, we've got Hyundai, really a serious competitor in
Hyundai
there.
likes
So I
Hyundai.
think it's been really kind of hard for Honda to really figure out who they are.
Hyundai has I might be wrong. I'm not good with car brand names. My understanding is if you want to get an EV in America and you don't want to buy a Tesla, likely because you just don't with Elon Musk, you buy the Hyundai Ioniq 5 or 6. That's the only one being sold. It's like way bigger than everything else that's not Tesla. VW has one too. Yeah, but I don't think people are buying the VW one at the degree. Again, EVs aren't selling particularly well in America, especially if you don't count Tesla.
Acura, I think it's a good brand, a good product, but I think it's been a bit more stuck in the mud of you're not quite luxury, but you're not really volume or mass market either.
Yeah, I mean, that upper middle class, what you might call the target of a product, all that shit's been suffering, bro. Economy changing. People are going down and going for more affordable, or they're hitting it big in the stock market and going up and taking on debt or whatever. But that like mid-level luxury is getting hammered. Why are cars so big these days? I don't know about the rest of the world, but in America, there's a constant arms race to not die on the highway. And everybody in America wants to be one layer bigger and safer because they know that if they're in a tiny car and they get hit by your fucking Cybertruck, they're flattened and they're dead. So they're constantly trying to get bulked up so that they can survive sandwiched between these other fucking cars on the road.
It seems kind of tragic for what many consider to be one of the best engine builders on the planet and one of the best engineering companies on the planet to walk away from.
Just because you're an engineer doesn't mean you only have to make engines. Do they not know that? Do they think because it's called engineer, they have to just do one thing? You can make other things. You can work on other parts of the car. Did I just do a breakthrough for fucking Honda? Proof? A source, I made it up.
As of 2024, Honda sold 6 EV models around the world. The first was rolled out in...
Dude, I thought that meant they only sold 6 cars. I was gonna be like, damn, you're cooked. It's over. Oh, just give it up. Pack it up. It's not a business you're in. It's a hobby.
Hybrid sales have been booming as of late.
Yeah.
the Toyota Honda camp believes that it would rely on
Yeah, hybrid's based for America because we have to drive farther and we have gas stations everywhere and we don't have chargers everywhere. So it's a win-win. It's just clearly more adaptable to our market. We should have nuclear cars. That would be based. You put a nuclear reactor in every car and then everyone gets a bumper sticker that says, if you If you rear end me, we both fucking die. So think about it. Just think about it. And we get mutually assured destruction. Everyone drives really safe. Yeah, and you can make a tiny car. You don't need a big car. If your Cybertruck touches my Honda Fit, we both die. And a picture of a mushroom cloud, and that's on the back of every car. That'd be f***ing sick. That could lead to a better world.
It also plans a line of EVs under the Honda name, the Zero Series. Production on the flagship model, the Saloon, is scheduled for its Ohio.
What the fuck is this? The Honda Saloon? Why is it called the Saloon, but it looks weirdly retro-futuristic? It's so odd. I think it's really ugly, I'll be honest.
Honda's investing $65 billion in electrification and software, up from an earlier $40 billion.
When are they just gonna have you get into a car and there's no steering wheel, there's no dash or anything? It's just an Xbox controller. Just WASD. Just a keyboard. Dude, what if it had tilt controls? If you want to drive your car, you have to lean the left. You have to turn left by leaning left. That'd be kind of fun because you get a strong core, you know? You're constantly...
There's a lot going on with Honda on EVs now. If you were to look back a few years ago, you say, well, they started too late. And for a while that looked bad, but then EV demand right now is...
Bro, the best time to start was 10 years ago. Second best time is today, okay? They started. That's the important thing.